You are listening to the Free the Moms podcast with me, Laura Conley. Hey guys, guess what? I'm bringing something super special to you this week. It is called the Drop 5 Pounds While Life is Lifing Challenge. I'm bringing it to the podcast because we did it last week over Voxer on Zoom, and it was just so good, so meaty, so juicy. People are losing so much weight, and so I wanted to bring it to you so it was so accessible and so easy to follow. So every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to drop 5 pounds, but we're going to drop an episode that includes the things that you need to do in order to drop 5 pounds while life is lifing. So enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Pretty please leave a review. And if you know that this is your year, if you are ready to feel like yourself in your skin, sign up for the Yummy Mummy experience. We start January 20th. Go to lauraconley.com to get more info. Love you, babes. Day 4. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Welcome. It is day 4. So just a very, very quick overview. Day 1, we created our plans. Day 2, we created our compelling reasons. And then yesterday, we looked at obstacles and strategies, or what it means for us specifically when life is lifing, and what specifically we're going to do when life lifes, because lifing is literally guaranteed. So I want to congratulate you guys for being here on day 4. This shows me that you guys are super committed and dedicated and devoted to your future self, which is a really big deal. It's really important that you receive the acknowledgement. Okay, she's right. I am doing it. I know my lower brain wants to beat me up and wants to tell me I'm not doing it good enough. But the reason inside the Yummy Mummy experience that we practice this concept that I made up called over celebration is because it's such a better way to live. When our brains are rewired to look for the positive and to celebrate and to receive acknowledgments that other people give us, it's just a more pleasant way to live. And what happens is your brain then starts automatically looking for what's good. It's called confirmation bias. So it's just nice to have your brain working for you instead of against you. So I want to take today to do a little bit of what we had a really good question from Megan yesterday that kind of gave us an appetizer version of what was on the docket for today, which is a practice I call Look Back with Love. You can do this for anything that you are trying to be more intentional with in your life, whether that's parenting or your relationship with money or marriage or career, whatever. Anytime that there's a quote unquote mistake or plot twist, right? Some of us have these words like mistake and failure and whatever have so much charge to them. They're like triggering. So you can replace them with words like plot twist or oops, detour or whatever that feel a little bit more neutral. So I want you to think about in the past 3 days or in the past 3 months, whatever, it doesn't really matter, a time where there's been a plot twist, a time where there's been a detour, a time where there's been a mistake. And I want you to ask yourself, like, what happened? And I want you to find, like we were talking about yesterday, I want you to find the thought that caused the food to go into your mouth, or the thought that caused you to make the mistake. And I need to be loud and clear, really loud and clear here, that you're going to make mistakes because you're a human. Like, there's no one that doesn't make mistakes. I mean, maybe there is in your head. First of all, it's not true. They do make mistakes. And also, I don't like those people anyways. They're not very likable, those people that appear perfect. Like, right? So this is like what you signed. This is like to get a little woo. Your soul signed up to be a human, not to be a robot. And so We all signed up to make mistakes. And so when we can accept that, it's a little easier to loosen the grip on the desire to beat ourselves up. You're gonna make mistakes. So if you decide to get healthy, to lose 10 pounds, to lose 50 pounds, to heal your relationship with your body, it's not gonna be perfect. This is the price you have to pay for any dream that you wanna create. The price you literally, like the currency, you're gonna make mistakes. So if that's true, can you be a little easier on yourself? So let's do this together now, and then that'll be your homework as well. Can you think of an instance where maybe you didn't make the best choice? And I don't even like to say you, to be honest. I like to be like your lower brain, because it helps us to not beat ourselves up. Your lower brain is designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. It is working properly. So when you make a mistake and you eat a cookie, it means that everything's working. Everything's actually going correctly. It's just you haven't learned yet how to interrupt your lower brain, to create more space. It's like that Viktor Frankl quote. It's like there's stimulus and response. And in between the stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose. And we just haven't learned, because no one effing taught us. Nobody taught us that losing weight for the last time or healing our relationship with our body or food is actually a skill. Now, you're going to be like, no, I've been trying to do this my whole life, or for the last 10 years or 5 years. But you haven't been trying, not your fault, the way that actually works. Like everything else that's out there, or most of what's out there, does not work to actually teach you the skill. This is a skill. You are a beginner. So just accept it. Are you guys into pickleball? I'm like very into pickleball. Nobody wants to be into pickleball with me, which is very sad. My point here is that you need to get excited that you're a beginner and that this is new and that you're not supposed to be good at it, even though your brain is telling you a different story. Your brain's telling you you're supposed to be perfect at it. But that would be like going skiing and your brain be like, well, we have to go down the double black. Like, obviously we have to go down the double black. Like no, and you obviously don't do that. And then you don't beat yourself up for not going on the double black, because we all have been taught that you don't go on the double black. But we haven't been taught that weight loss, healing your relationship with your body and food is a skill like skiing or pickleball. And so when I make a mistake, I go to these clinics for pickleball drills and skills. And when the coach is like, do you see what you just did there? When I make a mistake or there's a plot twist in the game, do you see what you did there? I'm not like, oh my God, I'm such a horrible human. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm like, what did I do? Help me learn. I want to get better. Right. And it's like, can we apply the same lightness to this new skill that we're all learning together? Can we apply that? Like, show me. Instead of like, oh my God, I hit the ball into the net. I'm out. I quit. I obviously can't play pickleball. I'm obviously a loser. Like, what's wrong with me? I mean, there must be like some DNA I'm missing. Like, I'm a failure. Why am I a special unicorn? How come everyone else seems to be able to do this? P.S. Nobody else can do this permanently. Just FYI, we all struggle with it. When I was struggling, like in my dieting days, which lasted for like 20 some years, I remember thinking that everyone else like had it together. And now that I've been doing this work for 8 years, I'm like, well, oh no, we literally all have it in some way, shape, or form. And so I just want to call that out to normalize it. So that's my big, like, what should I call it? My sales pitch on you're going to make mistakes and it's okay. And you will get what's the ironic, like the paradox of all of it is that you will get so much farther, so much faster when you're just nice to yourself, when you're just really stupid loving to yourself. That's the irony. We think, oh, if I just beat myself up harder, then I'll get there. It doesn't work. We throw in the towel. Okay, so this is your practice. And again, it's very much a cousin of yesterday's practice, looking back with love. You're not going to want to do it with love, but why not? Like, why? Do you think you don't deserve to love yourself? It's just not true. You're perfect. You really are. Okay, we can say perfectly imperfect for some of you that like that better. But my point here is that I want you guys to think about it now. So, step one, love yourself. It looks like you're taking a bath, and unconditional self-love, also a practice, a lifelong practice. And you know what? I gotta say, and I think I've said this before. I don't know if I've said this week, but I will say it again. Deciding I wanted to heal my relationship with my body and food was great because I did that. And I also say, yes, I healed it, and it's also a daily practice. But it was the best gift because I really learned how to love myself. I really learned how to fail and not make it mean anything about my value. I really actually learned how to have my own back and what that actually means. And it's just the best way to live. You're just walking through the world with a little bit more. It's just like, what is that quote? I'm going to botch it, but you guys will get it. It's like there's a bird and the bird is on a branch. And the bird is not worried about the branch breaking because the bird knows that its wings always have its back. Total botched. I will find the actual quote and send it to you guys. But that's what it feels like. It's like the branch can break and I'm going to be okay. It might suck a little bit, but the branch can break and I'm going to be okay. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, it is helpful to have people in your life, whether that's coaches or besties or partners or adult daughters, whatever it is, moms, aunts, whatever. It is helpful when you've got people in your corner. And that's where I'm always getting help. We celebrate on every Yummy Yummy call, and we just had somebody the other day celebrate. She's like, I asked my partner for help yesterday, and it was really hard because, of course, she, like most of us, has this story that asking for help is a sign of weakness, which is complete fucking bullshit. And don't get me started, because you want to know what Chad's doing? Chad, have you guys heard about my soapbox about Chad? Chad is a whole character in the Yummy Mommy life. But anyway, Chad's not worried about asking for help. Chad's asking for help all day long. Chad's your average white dude. Anyways, my point here is that this is a strength, not a weakness. Okay, I digress. So let's check the chat and let's hear. Okay, last thing I can't think of is eating a bunch of chocolate chip cookies after work after my son went to bed. Yes, so can you, I know Chad is such a good character in our lives because we don't want to be like Chad necessarily, but we want to filter some of our decisions and behaviors through the Chad filter. Would Chad ask for help? Yeah. Would Chad ask for a raise? Uh-huh. Would Chad buy a $5,000 fishing rod? Yep. Would he ask his wife? Nope. Anyways, was there a time that you can think where maybe you had a plan and there was a bit of a detour? What happened? Okay, so Megan is saying the last thing that she can think of is eating a bunch of chocolate chips, not even cookies. Chocolate chips. Oh, I know this game. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because of course there's not cookies in the house. There's just chocolate chips to bake with. Or there's chocolate chips inside the trail mix. Okay, so, oh my God. I used to take chocolate chips and melt them with peanut butter. The things I would do. Okay, after work and after my son went to bed. So you want to see if you can get excited when you've noticed these thoughts. The default mode is shame or guilt. See if you can get excited. You guys, I will say this 4,000 times. If you choose to work, if you don't hear me talking, you won't hear me say this, but if you choose to work with me or you listen to my podcast or whatever, you are going to hear me say, can you get excited when you notice? You cannot change a behavior. You cannot create a goal. You cannot create a dream without step one, which is first noticing. Okay, so good job. She noticed that she ate some chocolate chips. That's exciting to me. Okay, so you're thinking thoughts, like, and this is where on like the left side of the piece of paper, I have you write like, today was so stressful, F it. What else did you say, Megan? There was a couple other thoughts in there. Oh, my son's already in bed.
Yeah. And well, I think we all kind of use food as like a stress relief. So you're like, I think there's a little bit of that deserve it too, because you're like, I was good all day. I like worked really hard kind of thing too. So probably more than one thought in there a little bit. So
yeah, because your brain's getting clever, right? Your brain's like, I know we're on a play on, so I'm going to have to get clever. I'm going to have to throw everything at her. Okay. So I was going to go over this tomorrow, but I'll give you guys, like, apparently this challenge, we're just doing little appetizers the day before. I love it. Okay. So I talk about this. Well, okay. Your thoughts create your feelings, create your actions. Okay. Your thoughts create your feelings, create your actions. Oh my God. My bestie helped me so much with my speech. I love her so much. I feel so grateful. I buy her a fucking candle at Whole Foods. Okay, like I want to give you thought, feeling, action. Thought, feeling, action. Oh, my dog really wants to share this blanket. I feel loving. I bring him on my lap and we share the blanket. It's happening all day long because you have 60,000 thoughts and a lot of them are just happening on autopilot and they're not problems. It's fine. It's 8:38. I better make breakfast for my kids. Feel compelled to make breakfast. Make breakfast. Okay. Thought, feeling, action. Thought, feeling, action. My husband didn't take out the trash. What a douchebag. Feeling, anger, frustration. Action. Snap at him later. Or resent him. Or avoid him. Or say no to sex. I don't know. It could be action or inaction. Okay. So thought, feeling, action. Thought, feeling, action. So you have thoughts of F it, my son's not going to see it, I had a hard day, I deserve it. Lots of thoughts. So then there's feelings of like, there's like this permissive feeling, which is probably most of it. It's like there's a couple of these models going on. So I deserve it. So it's like permissive. So then it's eat chocolate chips. There's like, I just want to give a couple other hypotheticals for people. Like, I just want it. Like, they'll be so good. Creates a feeling of desire, creates the action of eating chocolate chips. Screw it. I don't care. F it. Creates the feeling of like not caring. What would that be? What feeling would that be? Just like indifference. Yeah, sure. Amazing. And then eat chocolate chips. So the thought line is where all of our power lies. And that's really good news because we can control our thoughts. Now, I want to be careful because there's a lot of things like out on Instagram and even in books that you'll read and other coaching modalities that teach mindset. You do have control over what thoughts you believe, but sometimes you don't have control over what thoughts pop into your head. They just effing pop into your head. And so when you see certain sentiments that are like, you control all of your thoughts, it's true. And like, don't believe everything you think. That's the real teaching. That's the real. Can you control your thoughts? It doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like it. To me, it's like they're popping, they're in my head already. Like now the more you practice this work and the more you Marie Kondo and edit out the unhelpful, not useful thoughts. Yeah, exactly, Jen. So well said. Jen's saying you can control what you do with them. Exactly. And the more that you create space between, and this is a lot of the work that we do in the Yummy Mummy, we create so much space between ourselves, capital S for self, and our brain, like we talked about the other day. We create so much more space, like the Viktor Frankl quote. Right now, for so many of us, it doesn't feel like there is a separation. It just feels like we're eating chocolate chips before we even, like, we notice we eat the chocolate chips after we eat the chocolate chips half the time, right? It's like, it feels like it's happening to us. So this is where mindfulness comes in. And you guys, I was a yoga, this is so embarrassing. I was a yoga and meditation teacher for 7 or 8 years before I really got what all the prophets and gurus were teaching. Until I got your thoughts create your feelings, create your actions. Like, until I got that framework, I like didn't actually get it. And I just felt so collapsed. Like I would hear the quotes of like, You're not your thoughts. You're the watcher of your thoughts. And yeah, I can get there in meditation on like one random Tuesday, but then throw me some, like, give me some babies and like a big job. And it's like, what? Like, it's so hard to do it on the fly. So it's so much of what we're going to practice. And that is also where a lot of your power lies too, is just being able to create that separation. But I pinky promise you guys that it becomes automatic. It becomes automatic. So habit change, going down a little tangent, but it's worth it. So habit change looks like this. Step 0, you've eaten the chocolate chips. You didn't really have a say in it. You might not even really have a goal to not eat the chocolate chips in the first place. Okay. Step 1, you do have a goal to get healthy or not eat chocolate chips. You notice you've eaten the chocolate chips after. Step 2, the worst step of all the steps, you're watching yourself eat the chocolate chips. Like, you know you don't want to be doing it, but you're doing it. Step 3, you catch yourself right before you eat the chocolate chips and you say no, but it's fairly effortful. I teach a thing called allow power. Maybe we'll get to it tomorrow. I teach a concept called allow power inside the Yummy Mummy experience. And this is really the opposite of willpower, because willpower does not work. Don't get me started on that. But anyways, step 3, you say no, but there is some effort. Step 4, you say no without efforting. It's just a habit. Like step 0, right? Step 0, you just say yes, but it's just, again, it's a habit. It's autopilot. It's like this morning, I just made my bed. I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm in step 4. And I just want to be clear, you can move up and down through these steps based on your daily practices. But the goal is that we hang out at step 4 most of the time. You don't even notice you're eating the chocolate chips. You don't really have a goal. Step 1, you have a goal to not eat chocolate chips, lose weight for the last time. You notice you've eaten the chocolate chips afterwards. That's where you want to practice look back with love. Hey, what was I thinking? And therefore feeling and therefore doing. I'm giving you guys a lot. Step 3. And if you're in the Yummy Mummy experience, don't worry. We are going to go over this ad nauseum. And if you're not in the Yummy Mummy experience, you should get into the Yummy Mummy experience. Okay. Step 3, we started January 20th. So this is step 2, because it's step 0, step 1, step 2. Step 2 is you notice you're eating the chocolate chips while you're eating the chocolate chips and you don't want to be eating it. It's kind of the worst step, I think. Step 3, you catch yourself, but it's fairly effortful. Fairly. It's not that hard because they teach you allow power. So it's not white-knuckling. You're going to be like thinking things like, it's the counters to the original thoughts. Like your brain's going to be like, it's stressful. I deserve it. And you're like, yes, I do deserve some relief. Yes, I agree with you. So we're not fighting ourselves. Yes, I agree with you that I deserve a little something. Right? How can we give ourselves that? Let's take a deep breath. This isn't the most comfortable thing, but what's on the other side of this, we want real bad. And that's where you can also insert your compelling reasons. And then step 4, you automatically, your brain doesn't even offer up the solution of chocolate chips to your stressful day, which is like, oh, chef's kiss. And that's what people are not teaching. And that's why you'll listen to my podcast and you won't believe my clients. And you won't believe me when I say it's effortless. It's easy. It's stupid. It sounds stupid. It sounds unbelievable. It does. Okay. Like you can think of like, do you make your bed every day? Do you brush your teeth every day? Do you think about brushing your teeth? Not really. Is your brain fighting you to not brush your teeth? Not really. You sort of just do it. It's fine. Okay. But your parents had to bug you for a while to get you to brush your teeth every day. Let me tell you, still harassing my children. I'm like, let me smell. Let me see if your toothbrush is wet. Okay. So this is what I want to do here, Megan. We're going to end in just a minute or two. But Megan, I really want to have you think about what do you want to say to your brain when your brain's like, we deserve it. I gave you some options just when I was talking. What do I want to say to my brain when my brain said, well, my son won't see? Or I deserve something. Think of some counters and then we start practicing them. What you want to feel is devoted, committed. And I will tell you, some of those feelings don't feel good in your body at first. I hate feeling committed sometimes. I hate feeling patient sometimes. But the payoff, the reward is big. Like, I hate feeling patient in the moment when I kind of want to just snap at my kids. Oh, bad. I don't like the feeling of feeling patient in that moment, of taking a deep breath. But the reward is amazing. Because I'm like, oh, I took a deep breath and I handled it in the way that I know I can. And then I'm proud of myself. This is called almost immediate gratification. People teach you when you're creating goals and you're creating weight loss, whatever dreams you're creating, they teach you that there's just immediate gratification and delayed gratification. And there are, but there's also almost immediate gratification. 30 seconds after the urge has passed to eat the chocolate chips, you get a rush of pride. It's really good. It's really nice. Or the next morning is almost immediate gratification. You wake up and you're like, yes, I did it. Proud of myself. I feel good today. Okay. That is really like the meat that I have for you guys. But I do want to let you know that there is an email in your inbox. Now, those of you that are not in the Yummy Mummy experience, I want to invite you into the Yummy Mummy experience. We start on January 20th. If you are resonating with what we're talking about this week, you are going to love it. If you're seeing how this is so new and different from what else is out there, then maybe this is your sign. So we work together for 6 months. We meet every single week. We coach. You get your questions answered. We give you a lesson every week. And how we do it is, you've gotten a taste of it this week. We balance your hunger hormones. We rewire your brain. We level up your emotional intelligence. This is not to say you're not already emotionally intelligent. You are, because you're here. We just level it up, which is, it's just, again, it's such a beautiful invitation. We have daily loving accountability. So we are checking, like, so many people don't want to do my program because they're scared that they're going to quit on themselves. Well, we're watching you. We have you check in with us. We don't let you slip through the cracks. And then the last piece is what I call fun love. We're really learning how to love our bodies, how to love ourselves, and how to love the way our bodies look. So it's kind of 3 parts. And we're having fun on the journey. There's also a community aspect that is really rich and loving, and people are obsessed with. If you're like, whoa, ew, no, not a group person, you can totally hang back, but most likely you'll want to engage because it just becomes like a sisterhood. It sounds so cheesy. And I've had so many people in my groups that are like, I'm not a group person. And they're like the first ones to sign up for the retreat because they want to meet their fellow young moms. So if you want more information, we can hop on a call. But there is an invitation in your inbox. I believe my team just sent it out. So, okay, if the Zoom, if you guys can stay on, I will stay on, because Jen wrote this amazing thing in the chat. She's saying that one of her biggest flags is that I don't have time. Me too. I usually go 90 miles an hour and I don't eat. And then all of a sudden I'm starving. So I'll grab something, usually led by the lower brain. Exactly. Last week it was a full day. I had not eaten. Open the pantry and see chocolate covered peppermint almonds. So I grabbed those, rationalized. Yes. My God, how many of us can resonate with this? I mean, they're almonds. Exactly. After I inhaled them, I felt bad and started a shame spiral that I had not made a better choice. So it's so normal to have a shame spiral. That will also become optional, and it will also eventually feel like it's optional. Sometimes, again, it feels like it's just happening to you, right? So next time, this is a great example. Next time, what do you want to do? It's like, and this is where I didn't talk about this, but we invite you to journal every day for 5 minutes or write stuff down for 5 minutes. And it's like, if you want to have the health and the body that you say you want, you have to spend 5 minutes a day on it. Like, you have to. Like, it's not a lot of time. You brush your teeth. This is always my analogy, right? You brush your teeth for 5 minutes a day, or whatever, 4 minutes a day. Let's say you floss, that let's give you 5 minutes, or you wash your face, whatever. My point here is you brush your teeth for 5 minutes a day because you don't want your teeth to fall out of your head. Okay? The same should be true for our health. 5 minutes. So like for you, Jen, when you begin your journaling practice, and maybe you guys start your journaling practice, I was going to talk to you a little bit about this tomorrow too. And this was homework the other day, but whether you have already started or not, when you are journaling, there will be a prompt. If you do the yummy mummy, there will be a prompt of, do I want, you don't have to do this. It's just optional. Do I want to plan what I want to eat today? So it's just a little foresight. You could do this the night before, the day of, so that you see your day. Like, so right now it's like, I see my day and I know that I'm going to have to plan, or like even last night, if I'm looking at my day. And so I don't teach meal prep, but I do teach fridge prep. So I do like for you guys to have your fridge, and it's nothing crazy, you guys. It's like, it's whatever you want. But like for me, it's like, there's like turkey slices, pepperoni slices, cheese. I love cheese. There's Greek yogurt. There's eggs. Those are like my go-tos. There's tons of berries. And so I can easily go and get scrambled eggs. There's chicken sausage. I can easily do a chicken sausage and scrambled eggs. Sometimes I'll have hard-boiled eggs in there. Sometimes I'll have tuna salad in there. And my brain's like, it's so much easier to just grab the almonds. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, one of my examples was like, I was rushing out to go to the airport. The Uber was already there, and my brain's like, let's just grab the crackers. And it's like, it's just as easy to grab the cottage cheese. It is. My brain just wants the crackers because there's a higher high. And I'm like, I'm willing to be a little bit of a weirdo with the cottage cheese with the Uber. Like, it's fine. I'm paying him. Anyways, my point here is that there's a little tiny bit of prep. Tiny. I'm not asking you to carve out 4 hours on Sunday. That shit doesn't work. But thinking about it for 3 minutes of like, okay, I'm going to scramble eggs and heat up some chicken sausage and throw some raspberries on there, whatever. Or I have like homemade dressing and butter lettuce and Parmesan. Throw it in a bowl, and then that can be a side if you want a side. But my point here is that there is a little bit, okay, so the obstacle, I'm so busy, and you are. And the strategy is there's a thought strategy and a do strategy. The do strategy is take 3 minutes to plan the day before and to just look at your schedule. And then the thought strategy is the thought will come up and the thought will be like, we're too busy. We don't have time. And the counter is whatever you want to counter with, but some options are, I know you think I'm too busy. It takes 30 seconds longer to grab 4 slices of turkey and 2 slices of cheese. Let's just try it and see what it's like for us. What I noticed too is like that sentence really works for me. Let's just see. Let's just try it. And then let's check in at the end of this meal or snack or whatever you want to call that and see if we're really worse off. See if we really have a worse day because we didn't have the almonds. No, you're going to be like, oh, this was better. This is great. I feel proud of myself. So I'm never going to teach you guys to make like 400 chicken breasts on Sunday. No. I mean, a rotisserie chicken, throw it in your fridge. That's a great option. But I mean, you'll hear me. I like do not cook. My social media manager was like, can we get some B-roll of you cooking? My husband was like, but I make scrambled eggs. So that's what the B-roll was. So my point is, you don't have to be you can be a chef. You can like to cook. Great, fine. But you do not have to cook. You don't have to make separate meal. Like people will be like, well, my kids love pasta or my husband loves pasta, right? I'm like, great. Make hearts of palms pasta. We love pizza night. I'm like, great. Do a pizza sheet. Like I love the sheet pan dinners. I love a pizza sheet pan. It's just like all the toppings. It's like literally the best, you guys. Okay. I have talked for so long today. Yeah, you can make the husband cook. You totally can. And if the husband doesn't want to cook, he doesn't have to, and you don't have to be mad at him. That's also a great option. Oh, Stephanie, this is a great thing to coach on. She said, I have so much guilt about not cooking. Yeah, because you got the bullshit story that Chad didn't get that you should cook. Because you're a woman and you should be a good girl. And so you can just decide to unsubscribe, and that will be a practice. Maybe a lifelong practice, maybe a 2-year practice, right? Oh, that's not me. Oh, the code that I inherited was that I should cook. I should like to cook. I should make meals from scratch. I don't know what the code you got specifically. What is the code that you inherited? And what is the story you want to write? What is the story you inherited? And what is the story you want to write about cooking and who you are and how you contribute to the world? Whether or not I cook has nothing to do with the wife or mother that I am. That's my story. That's my chosen story that I have to keep choosing while culture beats the F out of me with its programming. So, you kids want a cheese quesadilla? I could do a cheese quesadilla. My husband's like, do you have anything else that you could come up with? I'm like, babe, I called him. He's out of town. I'm like, I made burgers. But meanwhile, the whole house smells not good because it's like still smells like burgers. But I was so proud of myself. And my kids were like, what are you doing? So my point is you can create, but I'm making fun of myself, but I'm also, there's a point here, which is you can create any goal without cooking, without doing, you don't even have to work out. You really don't. You can create any goal without changing your social calendar. This was a huge one for me. I was like, well, I'm going to have to meal prep every Sunday. I'm going to have to break up with all my friends. I'm going to have to do 5 days. And I'm going to have to never have pizza or wine ever again. Which, what's the point of life then? No, there's a middle path. It's a middle path. You do have to say no to some things. You do. But it's worth it. Okay. I'm going to see you tomorrow. And then if you guys have any questions about the Yummy Mummy or joining, let me know. There's also a link to book a call if you want to hop on a consult call. We can talk about what it looks like to work together, and we can talk about any like specific questions that you might have. Okay. I love you guys. Any last questions? This has been so fun. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you have any questions, or my email inbox is also open to you guys. Okay. Love you all. Bye, everybody. Hey babes. Okay. Did you like it? What do you think? Let me know. Pretty please go leave a review for the podcast because my dream is to free 1 million moms and I'd love to have you help me, or share this episode with somebody who you know is maybe struggling. And remember, go to lauraconley.com and book a call with me if you're on the fence, or just straight sign up for the Yummy Mummy experience. It's my 6-month group coaching and course that literally guarantees you lose weight for the last time or your money back. So if 2026 is the year where you are excited to go shopping in your closet, where you're excited to wake up and do your day, where, dare I say, you're excited to go down the water slide with your kids at the pool this summer. If your summer was not as good as you wanted it to be last year because of the way that you felt about food in your body, you have to start now, and you have to be willing to get help and accountability. And that's what the Yummy Mummy provides. I'll see you inside.